Yes. It's another one of those days again, folks. Brutal day across the area. Brutal day here in Mineola. Brutal in my apartment. 78 degrees is what the thermometer said in my bedroom. 76 in the kitchen where the air conditioner is. And I got the AC. Literally, I left the air conditioner on and the fans on max, blowing, trying to cool this place down. Close the bedroom door. But there's no way for the heat to escape. It's still in the mid 80s in the alley out there. So the this AC is probably getting 10 years worth of abuse in a couple of years here. I'm gonna need a more powerful air conditioner. That's for sure. Like I said, this place needs a 10,000 BTU, maybe 15,000, or I need another AC for. It's ridiculous all right. It was a brutal day, bottom line. Let's get to the temperatures right now out there. And you'll see temperatures still hanging on to the mid-80s here in the middle of the island. So mid-80s to the alley isn't really that much warmer than it is in Carl Place, reading 83. Dew point is way up there, very humid. Dew point is 75. South Shore a little better again, upper 70s. Pretty much similar to last night, a little better on the South Shore. Not by any means great, but a little better with upper 70s. And the dew point's still in the mid-70s, so very humid out there. Farmingdale's still at 82, by the way. Yep, yeah, Farmingdale Airport's still reading 82 as well at the dew point. I hate these warm nights. And you can see the gray. That means we have an air quality alert in effect as well. 79 at Islip, dew point 73. 81 at Shirley, dew point 72. And you could see 79 with a dew point of 74 there in Ridge. And let's see West Hampton. 77 with a dew point of 73. So pretty much warm everywhere. South Fork, mid-70s as well. But at least it's a little better than what we're dealing with. But it could be worse in the city. It's still 90 at LaGuardia at this hour. 90, that's right, at 10 o'clock at night. 79 at JFK. 86 at Central Park. So you can see what we're dealing with here. No thunderstorms today. Nothing to break the heat. Just hazy sunshine all day long. And very high heat and humidity. And looking at Jersey here. 82 in Lakehurst. So everybody, these muggy nights are really what gets you. It doesn't cool off at night. And it's one thing that's hot during the day, but it doesn't cool off at night. That's what makes it really bad. And yeah, we have an air quality alert in effect as well. So let's get to those high temperatures today. They were up there for sure. Not much of a sea breeze today. A lot hotter than yesterday. 96 at Carl Place. I see 100 on the map here in Locust Valley. Let's see what Port Washington got up to. I don't see Port Washington reading here, but we'll have to see, because I see a 99 in Great Neck. Farmingdale Airport, of course, a little more toward the South Shore, only made it to 91. But even the South Shore, you got 92 in Wanto. You have to be right on the beach, and even there you had upper 80s. So pretty brutal day all around. Let's go look at Islip, 91 for a high there at the Islip Airport. Again, they're a little more toward the South Shore. You can see as you go further north, Lake Grove, you can see the 95. Let's see how Ridge did here. I see a 92 in Middle Island, so a little better as you go further east. Again, you are in the Pine Barrens, so it does help. You're further out east, so you get more of a breeze out there. The ocean sea breeze influence does something at least, but it was still pretty brutal all day. Pretty brutal day even there when you throw in the humidity and the bad air quality. Let's see what LaGuardia got up to. 99 at LaGuardia, 93 in Central Park, 91 at JFK. Let's take a look at New Jersey. 99 at Newark Airport, so just shy of 100. Just shy of 100. Let's see what the highs were as we head further south into Jersey. 95 in downtown Times River, 96 at Lakehurst. So pretty brutal day, but not 100. Not 100. Couldn't quite make it to 100 degrees. I was expecting at least one of the official sites to make it to 100. But no dice on that. As bad as it was, we have nothing. We'll see if we have any records to show for it. I'm going to go to the Weather Service site, and we're going to see if there were any records broken here, or if they mention any record reports here. I don't see anything on their Twitter about record reports, so I'm guessing none. All right, well, let me go to the climate being that they haven't mentioned anything, and we'll see if any records were broken. Let's see ice slip, if record was broken. No record broken there. Let's see if LaGuardia broke a record, because that 99 is probably a record. Let's see. They're listing 97. So, no, they're listing 97 for LaGuardia for a high. So, I guess no records broken, or I don't see anything about records being broken on this site here. So, I'm guessing no records were broken. Let's see what we have. Maybe Philadelphia broke some records here. There was some thunderstorms in the Delmarva area, by the way. They're not affecting us. So no records broken despite all the heat. But you can see we do have that air quality alert in effect, and it will be ending at 11 p.m. tonight. This is because of ozone. But I think there's also a little bit of smoke in the air. A little bit, not too much. But if we look at the satellite, and you can really see those storms blossoming up. If you look at the satellite, you can see a little bit of smoke. Just a little bit of smoke right there. So I'm thinking there was a little bit of smoke in the air today. You can see those storms blossoming up. And if we go to the radar here, let's go to the radar. It's not the right one here. You can see here are the storms. Nothing really that impressive, though. The more impressive stuff is out in the middle of Pennsylvania. So let's go look at our weather map here and we'll get some more observations here. I'm going to show you again what it was like various areas on Long Island. 82, Carl Place. Right now, man, air quality's. I think it's because I think the guy is smoking downstairs again. This is yet another issue I have with. Right now it's looking likely like I'm gonna have to fight to move because I can't. It's one thing that does other stuff, but I am not dealing with the smoking. That I'm not dealing with. Period. So you can see, and again, this is a weather update. I don't really want to talk about it too much, but. I'm not dealing with it, period. 90. So you can see those mid-90s here, dealing with it here in Carl Place. Pretty brutal. And that's typical of what you dealt with in the middle of the island. Let's see the North Shore. Port Washington. Let's see. There was actually somebody had commented that there's a sound breeze. Let's see. Well, they're reading 98, so no, I don't see any relief there. It was even hotter there. And they're in that LaGuardia triangle, so... maybe there was a sound breeze somewhere. Maybe Bayville maybe had a sound breeze. Let's see. Somebody said that there was a sound breeze in one of my comments that I was reading, so I want to see if there was. Yeah, a little cooler there. So, yeah, there probably was a little bit of a very weak breeze off the sound, but only in certain areas that were right on the water there. And that's pretty much the deal. You had to be right on the water, because even if you're... if we look at Babylon, for instance, here. Babylon Village, where it's still 80 degrees. I bet you they still managed to get it well into the 90s today. Let's see. Yep, 90 degrees. So even there it got up to 90, but a little better. A little more of a breeze there. But still, it's still pretty hot, still pretty uncomfortable. You have to be really right on the water to have any kind of relief. Like Oak Beach, for instance. All right, let's be right over there. Right on the beach to really avoid dealing with the 90s. So you can say, oh, that's definitely not accurate. There's no way it hit 94 there. Let's try Salt Air. I'd like to get a Fire Island observation if we can, so you can get an idea of what it was like right at the beach. Let's see. No, there's no way it was 94 there. That's not accurate. Some of these weather stations are not accurate weather stations, unfortunately. I know one we can count on for a breeze. That's Bellport Bay Yacht Club. Let's see what it was like there. So it's pretty representative of what it's like at the beach. 84. So still there, it got up to the mid-80s. And if you're right at the beach, you still managed to get into the mid-80s. Let's look at North Patchogue. And I'm sure he probably got to the 90s as well. 92, yeah. So this is kind of typical of what you were dealing with in the middle of Suffolk County. 92, and again... looked like there was a sea breeze that knocked things down a little bit around 5 o'clock, but just very weak with that westerly flow. The sea breeze never really was able to penetrate very far in, and we're dealing with what they were dealing with in New Jersey. Now let's see what it was like in the West Desert and Toms River, where it might have been 100 degrees. Let's see. Holiday City, Berkeley. Probably didn't quite make it to 100, probably upper 90s. Let's see if it did. 99.3. Just bare. It almost made it to 100, but you can see, look at that. Very hot, very brutal. And again, couple that with the dew points, it was unbelievably bad today. So, gives you an idea of what it was like today. Really uncomfortable day, really brutal. And not at all a great day at all. Pretty miserable. I don't know how anyone could like this weather. So now we go to the tropics, and I know I didn't talk about this in the last one, but it's mainly because these systems are very weak. We have 2 tropical depressions, Fred and 7. All right, but 7 shows potential. We'll look at Fred, and it's mainly the rain issue that's going to be an issue with this because, again, it's a weak system, so it's going to mainly bring the heavy rainfall, not so much the wind. But we'll look at the warning cone map because we do have tropical storm warnings in effect now for the Keys. And once it gets out over the Gulf, it's probably going to strengthen back to a tropical storm and make landfall somewhere in the Florida Panhandle around 2 p.m. on Monday. And then from there, it's going to wind up being a depression in the middle, in the Appalachian area right there. That's the one for Fred. And if we look at 7. I don't think they have a map out yet for 7, but 7 looks a little. 7 has got more of an overwater path, and it could strengthen and it, oddly enough, takes the same aim at Florida again. So we have 2 systems that could threaten Florida. Right now, they're not that strong. Let's go to tropical tidbits and look at the current storms. And first, tropical depression Fred, and you can see it's just kind of a disorganized mess right now. Just producing a lot of rain, but that in itself can cause a lot of damage, especially over these mountainous areas. And so right now it's affecting Cuba, so they could be dealing with flooding rains there. And let's see if they have anything for 7. Let's take a look and see what 7 looks like. And you can see 7 is over the water, so that's why. Still not looking great, though. Still not looking great. I'm not really impressed either of these systems for being strong storms, but we're going to have to see exactly what happens here. These are the global models for Fred. For 7, and you can see it threatens Florida again. At least it doesn't look like it would go up the East Coast, at least. But again, we're going to get more into this over the weekend. As this situation evolves, and I should not have closed that up. So let's go to the models here, and we'll see how things are going to be going. And you can see as we head into the weekend here, we have this cold front that's going to be approaching and moving through tomorrow and bringing relief. But it's gonna kind of get hung up in the southeast, so we'll get a couple of cool, dry days, and then that high is going to move offshore, and then we're going to be dealing with moisture again returning into our area. So you see that right there. So let's go and take a look at the HRRR here. As we head, we'll look at the 0Z HRRR, and you'll see this cold front, and it's producing some showers and thunderstorms, but I'm not impressed with what it's producing. But again, it may be underdoing it a little bit. This front actually moves through in the afternoon tomorrow, but tomorrow will not be as hot as today. And then we try to get this front offshore to the south of us on Sunday, and hopefully we will be able to do that. Let's look at the dew points here, and you'll be able to see this front coming through. So here's the dew points. You can see we're still humid tomorrow. Look at the wind arrows, though, more of a westerly flow. So don't expect much of a sea breeze tomorrow. The dew points don't really... Well, actually, it is generating a sea breeze in the afternoon, so maybe there'll be one. But the dry air doesn't really arrive until later tomorrow night. Then the winds shift to the north, and then you're going to see those dew points drop. You can see the front kind of gets hung up to the south, so it doesn't really make it much past the Delmarva. As you can see, the front's going to stall front syndrome, because, again, we don't really have a really strong jet stream to really bring this thing far enough south. But it will definitely will definitely make things more comfortable. Looking at the temperatures, you can see tomorrow, it's going to be another hot day tomorrow, and honestly, it's just going to be marginally better than today. I think we're going to see, instead of seeing mid-90s, I think everybody is going to see low 90s. But hey, we could make it to the mid-90s again. It's possible if we have enough sunshine. I think we have another brutal day ahead of us, unfortunately. One more brutal day. And then we see the temperatures drop, and then we're dealing with mid-80s for Sunday. So it will be better. At least this is according to the HRRR. We can look at a couple of other models like the GFS. Here's the GFS. GFS is a lot more promising for tomorrow. It seems like it has the temperature's a lot cooler than the HRRR for whatever reason. Maybe because it's being more widespread with shower and thunderstorm activity over us, perhaps. That could be. And then, of course, Sunday, you have temperatures dropping much more comfortably into the mid-80s. And then as we go into the next week, we'll just be dealing with 70s and 80s. And like I said, we'll be dealing with some unsettled weather, I think, chances of showers. And look at that. It looks like it heats it up again by next weekend. You got to be kidding me. No. Darn it. I can't deal with this weather anymore, especially here. Well. Anyway, let's go look at the dew points. So we'll see this little slice of relief we'll get. So we have the relief on Sunday from the dew points, maybe Monday, Tuesday, and then boom, the humidity returns. And you can see, again, we're going to be dealing with humidity for a while after that. No real relief again. Again, we don't really have a jet stream, so we don't really get relief from the humidity. There is no jet stream. I'm going to get to that in a minute. All right. Let me look at the precipitation here with the GFS. And see, maybe it's a little more bullish with precipitation tomorrow. No, not really. There's that high. So let's go to the skies. Meanwhile, we'll look at that. And tomorrow we'll have plenty of high clouds around, plenty of clouds. And then Sunday, probably not going to have a clear day Sunday. It'll be more comfortable, but we're going to be dealing with the cirrus and whatnot. And then, if, a clear day with blue skies and comfortable temperatures. I don't know when we're going to see that. Let's go look at the NAM. 18Z. So you can see, again, plenty of clouds around. And then we move this to Sunday. You can see this front just gets kind of hung up to the south. And we'll probably be dealing with some scattered high clouds. So it won't be a nice clear day, but it'll be better than any of the other days we've been dealing with so far. I can also look at the RGEM as well, which I kind of like the way the RGEM looks. It kind of the way it shows up the clouds. You can see here is the front, but it gets hung up to the south, and therefore we don't really completely clear it out. We'll have to be dealing with some high clouds on Sunday. But again, that's the best you're going to get, because after that, then it's back into the heat according to the GFS again. It looked like we were going to see relief, and then the relief is just short-lived, and then we see the heat build back again for next weekend, unbelievably, which really sucks. Again, but that's not a surprise when we looked at the CONUS map, and we saw the lack of a jet stream. Not really impressed with these precipitation. I'm going to go back to NAM, and we're going to look at the precipitation as far as any chance of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow with this cold front. And it's just not producing a whole lot. You can see it's got some really, it's forming like a nice MCC, maybe upstate, maybe moving across Albany, then into New Hampshire and Vermont, and then into Maine. But for us, it's popping something in the afternoon. We'll have to see. There's the chance that something could pop up around 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon with this, and there could be a nice little line forming as a result of that. We'll have to see. The NAM's a little more bullish with that compared to the HRRR. So we'll have to see if we get that. Obviously, there's still going to be warm, humid air in place, so I'm thinking the chance for severe weather is still there. So let's move this back up to the GFS here, and we'll go to the north. We'll go to the North America region view. I'll show you the jet stream because we don't have one. So here you go. Here's the jet stream. Well, you can see the jet stream, but it's look at that. It's just a mess. It's wavy. This trough barely dips down, so that's why we don't really get this front really that far through. And then after that, the jet stream kind of just is just a real mess. It's just barely hanging on. And as you head later on in the month, again, more signs that the heat is going to build again because you could see the jet stream is just way up in Canada and just wavy. And by the way, July was the hottest year on. We'll get to that too. Hottest year on record. All right, so this jet stream basically means not a whole lot of relief for the whole country. The whole country will be dealing with temperatures above normal. Let's go to the temperature anomaly chart now. So you can see the west staying above normal. We get a little relief, but then as we go into the longer term, you can see much of the country above normal and maybe a little bit of below normal in the plains, but and the south, oddly enough. But that's all part of Arctic amplification. So you can see we're kind of staying above normal. We'll talk more about the long range on Sunday, but it's not a good situation, especially for out west, because if you look at the precipitation, total accumulated precipitation, let's move this all the way to the end. Is any rain falling out west at all? Nope, bone dry. All the rain is in the east because this is where the humidity is. So, what a mess. What a mess this is, indeed. Let me go to this site because there was something that popped up down here. All-time record may have been set in Europe. All right. So this is the all-time record, extreme heat. Europe may have produced an all-time new high. All right. So Sicily, let's see, Siracusa, located on the island of Sicily, Italy, reached 119.8 degrees Fahrenheit. That's that would be the highest temperature. Unbelievably, in Europe, the all-time. So we have all-time records that are being shattered across the area. That's how crazy this is. All right, and then July was July warmest. You see, you'll see here. NOAA says July was the Earth's hottest month on record. Oh, of course, they're going to charge for that. But here you go. NOAA declared July 2021 the hottest month on Earth ever. So this is all part of the climate change here. I'll put this one in the link below here. Hottest month on record. All right, so this is the climate emergency that we are dealing with here. And it is very, very serious. Let's go to the smoke charts now. Vertically integrated smoke. We will get some relief from that. I think we'll see improving air quality as time goes on. Let's load this up here. You hear all the fans going. It's just trying to keep this place cool. So you can see we will get a break from the smoke. Well, maybe not. See, that's the stall front. You can clearly see the stall front being visualized here. It looks like we'll get a break. At least Long Island will. But maybe not New Jersey. But you can see, again, stall front syndrome again. We don't have a jet stream. We don't get cold fronts through. It's not normal what we're seeing. It's not normal at all. This is very alarming and very disturbing. It's just never going to have nice summer weather ever again, perhaps, until we get some kind of intervention, some divine intervention, because it doesn't seem like humanity is really giving us enough of a priority. Let's take a look at California here and the smoke coming from these wildfires here. This is the 24. You can see all that smoke there. Unbelievable. So it looks like maybe a little less plumes of smoke, so maybe they have some of these fires under control, perhaps. Let's go to the MODIS satellite here. So we'll take a look at the MODIS satellite. You can see, again, there's all that smoke. Kind of shows up better on this satellite here. Just hanging on, Northern California. Still see plenty of smoke being generated. A little less in Canada. But again, we're not going to be able to get into any of this clean Canadian air. It's stuck up north. And then you still have probably the fires in Siberia still going like, oh yeah. They're just covered in smoke there. It's unbelievable. And you have the fires in Greece too. Over here, you can see some smoke over here as well from them. Not as big as the ones in California, though. The ones in California are just incredible. Just incredible to deal with. Let's go to Vent to Sky. All right, let me go to Storm Prediction Center. Look at tomorrow. See if there's anything. Day 2 convective outlook. Not really. So they're not really putting us in a risk for severe weather. But let me go to Vent to Sky and let's look at the Cape levels as we head into tomorrow here. Tomorrow. So here we are for tomorrow. And yeah, it's not really that impressive. Here's 11. Here's 2. So yeah, Cape levels, not that impressive, but there still could be the chance of a thunderstorm. There is the chance, definitely, of a thunderstorm. We look at the temperatures again. Here's 2 o'clock, and you can see that killer west wind here. We're going to be in the 90s again. And again, you have to be on the South Shore. That's what it is. Here we're at 6 o'clock, and you still have you have a much stronger sea breeze. West winds over here, but they don't really. The drier air really doesn't start getting in here until after like 9 o'clock or so, and then you start finally getting some relief But I think tomorrow is another brutal day. News 12's meteor. I don't know who the hell they had on today. Literally, this kid, this girl out of, I don't know, college or whatever, sitting at home doing the weather. They don't know what the hell they're talking about over there. It's unbelievable. I mean, she wasn't even in the studio. I mean, that's what a joke that station is. It's just a joke. But anyway, you see, it does get better by tomorrow night. But I think we do have one more brutal day, and then we'll start seeing some relief from these just ridiculous dew points. And you'll see that dry air start coming in for us late tomorrow night and Sunday. And enjoy that little 2-day respite, because we're going to be right back into the humidity as we head later on to the weekend. Possibly more heat again. So that's going to be it for this weather update. Stay cool, and thanks for watching.